Welcome to episode 8 of the road to 5,000. In Chase's Poker Room, right? For 1-3, there's usually 2 tables. One table is all the action players who want to do bomb pots, okay? They do 2 bomb pots every dealer change. So for a while, I was like, you know what? I'm not playing these. They're stupid. They're double board, usually risking your whole stack to win half the pot, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'm not playing it no more. So now I'm like, okay, I'm realizing I'm in the game every time now that the table that's not bomb pots, and it's me and 6 other people who are like 800 years old, and I love them all. They're great guys. They don't know how to use a computer. They're not gonna see this video. No, I love them, really. But those games are usually everyone's limping. Long story short, I was like, all right, I gotta get back into the action games. I know you guys are thinking, all right, Tone, just play the bomb pots, but just fold. The thing is, it's $30 a half an hour. So you're losing $60 an hour if you just fold them. So you can't do that, right? So it's either you play them or you sit out, but then you're in a terrible game. So, you know, choose your poison. So anyway, today's session, we were in the best game I've ever been in, okay? Mostly all bomb pots today. So if you haven't seen an episode before, it's a bomb pot, double board. Each board is half the pot. So if you win the top and lose the bottom, you chop. And then if you chop 1/2 but win the half, then you get three quarters, okay? It's pretty simple. Today's session went, you know, there was some huge hands, okay? Like, I love hearing the stories, you know, they tell you, hey, baseball was a quarterback then. I love to hear those stories. Trust me, Larry Bird's the best. Yeah, I know. He's the best trash talker. I know. I've heard these stories a million times. Oh, back in my day, you know, we didn't 3-bet this 4-5 suitor. What are you doing? Of course I have queens. I know. Trust me. We all love the stories. All right, so let's get into the episode. Let's see all these bomb pots unfold, and hopefully some pots go our way, okay? Let's check it out. All right, let's jump right into the action. Hand number 1, we look down at pocket queens. We are going to open to 16 over 2 limps. And lo and behold, we are going to get the domino effect, our favorite quote, and get 3 callers. We are going 4 ways to a flop, and the flop is going to come 5 Jack 5 rainbow. Now, small blind leads into us for 25, and the cutoff is going to call. So now we're just going to call here. There's no point of raising. If they have a 5, we're in big trouble, okay? And the turn comes the 9 of clubs. Now, when the small blind checks and cutoff checks, we feel we have the best hand here usually. So we're going to fire a little less than half pot, and we are going to fire out 60. Small blind is going to end up making the call oh so very quickly, and the cutoff throws his hand away. Now I'm kind of confused here. I'm like, could he have a weak 5 maybe? I have no history with the player, and the river is the king, so we really hate everything about this run out. He checks, and we're happy to get the showdown. We showed the queens, and he shows ace-jack. Yeah, good hand to start the session off, though. Can't be mad. We look down at ace-queen off on the button. Under the gun opens to 15. We are going to 3-bet to $50 on the button, and it folds back to under the gun, who is going to make the call. No history with this player either. A lot of new faces in the Chase's Poker Room recently. And the flop is going to come Jack, King, Queen. We do have the Ace of Spades in second pair. We're going to check it back to see what goes on the turn. Turn is the 5 of Spades. We pick up a flush draw to go with middle pair and a gut shot. He's going to lead into us for 55. Ooh. We're just going to call here. Again, we're either way ahead or way behind. No need to inflate the pot. We're just praying for a spade, I think. And the river comes the 7 of Spades. Let's go! He's got about $170. Oh, he checks it over. So we're just going to get a little FaceTime here in Hollywood. I know I hate doing these, but you got to do it sometimes when you're playing someone that you have no history with, okay? It does make a difference, trust me. And we are going to obviously put him all in for his $170, and he quickly folds. So, again, hey, winning the first 2 hands, you'll never complain. The pots have been pretty decent, and we're always happy to bring in the chips. Moving along, we look down at Jack 10 of clubs. Under the gun makes it 15. We're happy to just call here. You can mix in some 3 bets, but I don't mind a call when it's likely going multi-ways when you're suited. And yes, I can see the future because under the gun open to 15 and we get 4 callers. We're going 5 ways to a flop. And we get Jack, King, Jack. Holy moly, we flop trips. He checks it over. We're happy to bet 25 and see what everybody's going to do. We do get the caller to our left. And I believe we get another caller from the original Razor. Yeah, he does. So we are going 3 ways to a turn. There's already 150 in the middle. Turn is the 4 of spades, changes nothing. It checks over to us again. And we are going to size up a little bit here, a little bigger than half pot and bet out 80. We're hoping to get 1 call, and if we get 2, we're likely in trouble. First player folds, and it folds to the original Razor. He tanks a little bit. I do think, yeah, he's going to fold. All right. And we are on a nice little streak here, 3 in a row. When the chips are falling your way, you're just happy to pull the chips in, right? We look down at pocket queens. We do switch tables, guys, and we did lose the first bomb pot. But it's okay, we're still up on the session. And now we raise it up to 17, and we get 3 callers. All right, Dela, be kind, be kind. Flop is 10-8 deuce 2 spades. We have no queen of spades. We do bet a little bit over pot here. We bet 55 into 45. The board's really wet. We have no spade. We don't want to give a cheap turn card. And they both end up folding. No complaints. We'll take the 300. Let me rack these chips. All right, guys. This is the bomb pot now, right? We don't look until both boards are out. All right, guys. This is the first bomb pot of the session. King, Jack, 4 on the top. 9, Queen, 8 on the bottom. Now remember, you have to win both or you get half the pot for 1. We look down at Jack 6 off. We got middle pair on top and a gut shot on the bottom. Happy to check and get a free turn. And we get the 10 on the bottom and 2 pair on the top. Literally the best we could ask for, okay? Now, under the gun is going to lead 60. 1 player calls. We have to call. And the button is going to call. I mean, wow. Almost 400 in the middle already, and we're going to a river card. Well, river cards. 3 of spades on the top, 8 of hearts on the bottom. Under the gun is going to jam for $212. Under the gun 1 snap calls. Wow. Now, we're thinking, how can we really lose both here? If King Jack would obviously be the main hand that kills us. But I mean, it's very hard for us to lose both here to both players, right? I mean, Jack 6 is pretty strong here. 2 pair and a straight. I don't think we can really fold here. We're getting a great price. It's 212 into almost 1,000. We do end up making the call. And now the button is overcalling here. Holy crap, 1,200 in the middle. Under the gun shows pocket kings for top set, but he only has kings on the bottom. We show 2 pair, and we're going to take the bottom. This player shows Jack 3 for 2 pair, so we beat him. So we're going to end up chopping with the pocket kings. His set beats our 2 pair, but our straight beats his pair of kings. So we get $604 here, okay? That's the breakdown of these bomb pots and how we usually play them and the math of it all. Alright, so that's a pretty good result for us. Would have loved the scoop, obviously, but very happy to chop it with so many callers and so much action. I'm honestly surprised that 2 pair was even, you know, the nuts on top. Well, it wasn't actually. We lost the king, but you know what I mean. Moving along now. Another bomb pot. I mean, these bomb pots get insane. First board is going to be 3 king 5. Bottom board is going to be deuce deuce 6. We look down at pocket 6s. We have bottom full house and second pair on top. Not the worst. Turn is the 10 and the 5. Okay, we check again, hoping to check raise. It's check to the cutoff, who is going to bet 65. We are going to raise it up to 250. Now remember, we know we likely can't win the top if he has a king, but we're hoping we can bluff him off if he doesn't have a strong hand. And he does end up folding, so we take the whole pot here, which is huge. That's exactly how you want to win these bomb pots, more so than not. Alright, let's get back to some no limit hold'em. We look down at ace deuce of diamonds. We are going to open up to $10 over 1 limp. Now back to our hold'em ways. We get 3 callers, of course. Flop is gonna come 3-4 king. Holy crap, we flop a straight flush draw to the wheel. It checks to us and we are gonna bet 15. It folds over to the original limp and he is going to make the call. Wow, and there's a high hand, so hopefully we get lucky. But the turn is the 7 of diamonds. We do get lucky hitting our flush, but not the high hand. Beggars can't be choosers. He checks. We bet out 20 and he calls. Now, looking at his stack, he only has about 85 bucks left, so I'm like, all right, let's just get it on the river. River is the 5, so hopefully he hits something here that he can't fold, although I can't imagine he can fold anyway. He checks it over, and we go all in for his last $80 to $90, and he actually goes in the tank, which is surprising. He's getting, like, you know, he's going to call 80 to win 300, 3-1. But I guess that was a bad river card. He finds a fold, but hey, like I always tell you guys, chips are coming, you never complain. We are going to be in the small blind with ace king of clubs, a couple of limps, and under the gun 1 is going to make it 20 and a call. We bump it up to 75, hoping to get at least 1 caller. Now, if under the gun 1 calls, we get 3 calls. If he folds, everyone's going to fold, and he does fold. So, you know, domino effect, everybody folds. Let's collect some chips here and keep it moving. Now, another bomb pot. Let's go. The fireworks are about to go. We look down at ace deuce of clubs, one of the few times we look before the board comes. First board is queen 4-3. We got a gut shot and backdoor flush draws. Oh, and we hit trips on the bottom. It checks to us. We're going to fire out 50. No time to wait. And we are going to end up getting 1 caller. All right, it's already over 200 in the middle. Turn is the 6 of spades and the 5 of hearts. Don't really love it, but we got to keep fighting. We're going to bet pot here almost. 200. Now, player goes in the tank. We're kind of hoping for a fold here, but he calls. Oh, boy. He's got about 350 behind. Oh, he's got about 400 behind. 3 and 10 are the runouts. Ugh. Alright, so I gotta be honest here. We're gonna just check and he checks back, so we're kinda happy not to call off or all in. He shows 6-7, so he's gonna turn us on top. Yeah. That's gonna be a chop, I guess. So we made a little bit on the hand. See, these bomb pots can get very sticky, very tricky. You know, it's very, you have to protect yourself. You don't wanna overplay hands and then be stuck on one board and then have to call off the chop. Those are things you have to think about in those big spots. The last hand of the session is a bomb pot. Go figure. We are not going to look until after the flops come out this time. First board is 3-6 ace 2 hearts. Bottom is deuce jack 8 3 hearts. We look down at 7-3 of hearts. Holy crap, we got a flush on the bottom, a pair and a flush draw on top. We are going to bet out 50. Player goes all in for 87. Now this other kid over here gets tricky. He says call, but then tries to go all in. So that's why it kind of looks a little finagly here. So ends up being a call for 87. The player to my right ends up folding after all of the nonsense. It doesn't open the action, so we're just going to call. And the turn on top is a 4 of hearts and the ace of diamonds on the bottom. Beautiful. He is going to jam into us for 297. We snap call. 1,000 in the middle. Queen of hearts putting a 4-liner and a 10 of diamonds on the bottom. We are going to scoop, scoop, scoop. Let's go, baby. That is a huge way to end. We are in for 500. We are out for 1376. Profit is going to be $876. Huge session, great win. And now we are almost halfway to our goal. We are at $2,211. All right, so today's recap. We had a great session and made $878. We're almost halfway there. It's been 8 episodes. It's definitely a grind. Even I will admit, I'm like, wow, like I thought it definitely wouldn't have taken me this long. But then, like, that's the point of this. You think you can just crush these games, like, oh, I can make 10,000 at 2-5 and, you know, X amount of time. I can make 5,000 at 1-3. But you can't predict variance. Like, I know, like, in hindsight, people think, I'll win 300 today, I'll win 350 tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. But dude, variance will humble any player at any time. Like I said to you guys, it's the easiest way to make a hard living. It's a grind. Grind. long grind every day, showing up, playing your best, hopefully, being mentally sharp. There's a lot of other things, like for me personally, like I wake up late, I play crazy late sometimes, so my diet's terrible. I've been trying to get in shape, get a little bit healthier, and I struggle with that. And then the days you run really bad, no one tells you the days you run really bad when you do this for a living, and you're depressed. Like you leave the casino, you're going to Wendy's, you're not going to make a salad, right? You're going to Wendy's, McDonald's, you're getting a large number 7 with a side burger. Dude, trust me, I know. That food is the best comfort in the world at nighttime. You leave the casino at 1 a.m., you see a roast beef joint, roast beef, pizza roll, french fries, 3-way. Dude, I know. Trust me, you gotta get good sleep. You gotta eat well. You gotta work out. A lot of things I don't do, obviously. People think poker's just show up, you're a good player, and you're gonna win. You gotta feel good. I can't tell you how many times I had a bad day, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go play. And I force myself to go play, and I lose. It's just like when you're not thinking clear and you're unhappy, don't force it. Just do something else. Study that day, okay? Or go to the gym, walk a lake, like whatever it is. Just don't. Poker is gonna be there tomorrow, no matter what. Okay? So if you're mentally not in a straight line, don't go. It's all about even keel. You want to just keep going, not too high, not too low. And we all do it. My friends gotta tell me that all the time. I'm constantly way up or I'm way down. When I'm feeling, I'm very emotional. I'm very excited. It's an Italian thing, I swear. But there's so many things that you gotta keep yourself leveled at to just make sure every day you can go and play, no distractions. Sum it up, today's episode, we ran really well in those bomb pots. We had a great session, and we are actually halfway to 5,000. We'll see you guys next week.
Underdog Poker.